what were the charges that led up to that 5 to 6 year sentence?
So it was 56 grams of cocaine, sales of cocaine, transfer was pretty much marketing sales and gross sales and manufacturing sales and sales of cocaine. I had a big decision to make at the age of 19 when they finally did catch me. And the judge looked at me in my face and told me, yo, who are you?
Maniacs for life.
All right, what's up, Maniacs? Today we are here with
Freelife. How y'all doing?
Freelife. Freelife is an amazing individual who I met, I would say 2 years ago now?
About 2 and a half.
2 years ago.
About two
and
and a half.
he's a really great person with a really big heart. And Freelife has a story to share today. So Freelife, we're just gonna get straight into it. Because every time we start one of these, we go straight into the dirt.
Yeah, let's get into it.
What is some of the dirt that happened to you when you were just first starting out into this world?
So pretty much, man, quick terms of what it is. At the end of the day, it started off as a youngster just going through a single mother situation. She was a great mother, but she wasn't prepared to be a mother as being overachievable mother. Went through a lot of troubles, abuse, a lot of things, foster homes. Went through 11 different foster homes, a lot of situations. Found my dad found me. John Rawls found me at about a young age. And at 15 and a half, when I was already pretty much grown. And then I moved in with him, and then I pretty much after that, I became my own grown man. 15 and a half, I moved out on my own. I went to school. I graduated with 3.8. I went to school, did culinary degree. I got my culinary degree. Also from there, I went through different situations until I turned 19.
Okay.
Which was a situation that led up to my situation of me being incarcerated. Being incarcerated, when I say incarcerated, was I was 19. I was serving big, as they say, the word dope. And I got caught on it. Situations happened, and I did almost 5 to 6 years.
5 to 6 years. So I want to talk about what led you to choosing that path at 15 years old. You moved out. Was it right then and there when you were like, all right, we're starting this business, or how did that happen? Did you just fall into it?
It was pretty much, I fell into it. I saw I was working. I worked 2 jobs. Sold a hustle, which was weed. I did a little bit of hustle on the side. I stayed in a good prominent area, so also I went to school in a prominent area, so I had to pay my way how they live.
Yeah.
So I made it through all that. I went to culinary school at the age of sophomore year. So it was about 16, and I started really working on dealing with cooking and everything else. I saw what I was good at. So I took that in as one of my sides. By the time I hit the grade age, I went to school for culinary arts. And then after I did culinary arts, I decided to do pretty much, I fell into the life of crime.
The life of crime. The life of crime fully. So what is the life of crime fully?
So for me was selling cocaine, selling weed. Also in Las Vegas, Nevada is where it happened. I had a big decision to make at the age of 19 when they finally did catch me. And the judge looked at me in my face and told me, yo, who are you? And where did you come from, coming from all of this and doing all of this? These are 2 different people. And I was like, what do you mean 2 different people? You're living the life of being a great person, but also living the life of being the most criminalized person in the world.
Right, yeah.
So at a young age, I had to figure out, she actually gave me my time, and she told me, looked at me and told me, hey, listen, 5 years of your next part of your life, you're going to figure it out. And I did 5 years. So from the age of 19 to 25, I finally did my time, which was actually, when I tell people, man, for me, it was studious. I took it as a help, not a burden. I learned 4 different languages. Como te la voy a français?
Okay.
Habla español es bien, but I already had that in me. Guten Tag, dos mafas, que es cause. You know what I'm saying?
Nice, that's crazy.
Also, I did do a little bit of konnichiwa, totemo kawaii, doshi mai, doni arigato, aki. So I've been learning a little bit of Japanese, but also I had English. But I wanted to learn Portuguese. I'm working on it. But
So what was If you don't mind me asking, what were the charges that led up to that 5 to 6 year sentence?
So it was 56 grams of cocaine, sales of cocaine, in another situation that was actually incapacitated that couldn't be used, so that was no use of it. But for everything else was pretty much marketing, sales, and gross sales, and manufacturing sales, and sales of cocaine.
So what kept you smiling throughout all that?
You know, what kept me smiling was nothing, tell you the truth. What kept me smiling was just myself, just knowing who I am and what I'm capable of, and knowing that one day that I will have a chance, because some didn't, some don't. And when you hear their stories, you could look at them and be like, especially when an old man, listen, this is really real serious. But when an old man looks at you in your face where you're in the room and say, you're going to come back, and you got to look at the old man and say, yo, I didn't mess up with you, man. You're supposed to be sitting at home at a fireplace with your grandkids, bro. You decided to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Me, it happened early. I got it done early, and I'll never look back. 10 years later, I won't look back.
So now that you got that street cred, and it's been 10 years since you've been out, correct?
100%, 10 years.
So what did you do once you got out? What was the change?
So when I got out, man, it was me kissing the floor when I first stepped out and telling myself I would never step back through them doors again, and let me step back through them doors.
Good,
Second
good.
off was me getting back up and actually having the ability to motivate myself and others to do better, and having the ability to actually have that chance to.
Nice, nice.
And when I say that, is because it's not by being great, not by being a mentor or somebody's role model. It was me being able to get out and actually give a chance, and be given a chance to actually do what I need to do, what I thought I could see I should be able to do.
Awesome. So what was the first actions that you took outside of jail or
Was
prison?
me leaving 7-Eleven after a work release program and telling myself I will never work behind somebody else's counter again.
There you go.
So,
There you go. So
when
you
see
became
that-
your own boss.
But I wasn't my own boss then. It was more toward what do I do to make myself better and not let nobody else tell me anything different. 24-hour fitness. I was supposed to work as an actual trainer. I went through 500 different applicants. Beat 3 other applicants after being picked by 500 applicants. Got voted by everybody that wanted to be hired, and then corporate, the people that never saw me in their life, never met me, but the ones that did meet me were the ones that wrote back and told me I couldn't do it, and told me I couldn't work when I was the most fit. I was weighing 230 pounds. I had about 0.8 body percent.
Wow.
And I was really ready for that life. Knew every training system, everything, but when I could find out that people that didn't even get to look at me, but look at my life on paper. And let me tell you, when they sent my paper down and I read it myself and I looked at it, I told them, I said, I understand. Because I see what it came out on paper, how it looks.
Yeah.
And that was when it woke me up to say, like, not everything can be for your time until it's your time.
100%.
Then I had my son.
Okay, nice.
In between. And me having my son gave me a chance to live again. Not just to live again, but a chance to see the world again better, as I have responsibilities.
Yeah.
And I can't change that. Because it's not for me no more. It's never for me no more. It's actually for him. So since then, which has now been only 6 years, but since then, way before then, that 4 years, my push was knowing what my worth was. You couldn't tell me I had to sit behind the counter. You couldn't tell me I had to go sell donuts or hamburgers. You couldn't tell me that was what I was made for. I never settled for that. So I went from there, coming from 7-Eleven, I went to bodyguarding, celebrity bodyguarding, mind you. I did Flavor Flav, Pitbull, Scott Disick, and a lot of other people like that. I went from there, then I went to dealing with marketing and owning another bar. Was on Born and Raised, was down in Vegas. Took care of that for a while, then until they had their owner management. After their owner management changed, then I went from there, then I went and started traveling. And then I had my son. And when I had my son, it showed me that there's more to life than most things that are even for myself. So after that, having my son, great mother of my child, great woman. Didn't stay with her about 3.5 years in. I finally decided, I got up and decided like I had to do something for my son. And it was no breakups, no child supports, none of that. Now I'm saying it was more for, I had to get up and be a man. And I had to be a man for him, not for nobody else, not for her, not for her feelings, not for nobody else's feelings, for him. And for myself as being a man. And when I left pretty much him. I didn't leave her. I left him. And it was the most hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Past prison, past jail, past anything I've done in life. And it was the most hurtful time of my time of life. Not even jail was like, prison was hard, but it didn't commit to what it was being away from him for 6 months to 7 months or whatever else. But even though I got him back, he was with me 4 days, 3 days a week, 4 days a week. He was with me, everything else. But, you know, things happen. People grow. And all you could do is understand what you can do for that growth. It's just adapt and keep moving.
So, from going through that hardest time of your life, what do you feel that you were telling yourself in your head just to stay positive?
The biggest thing about me staying positive about all of it was me being as focused and determined to become great for myself, but also enhanced for me to become great and better for him. I don't want him ever knowing that, well, not ever knowing, but ever knowing that struggle is a struggle.
Yeah.
I don't ever want him to know that, yes, things are hard. I want you to see your daddy going through hardness. But I want you to also know you never had to worry about it because he went through the hardness, not you. So in that situation is one of them things where I had to come to myself and say, yo, is this for you free or is this for your son? And I had to figure out, like, none of it's for me.
Yeah.
None of it. Not my eating habits, not my working out 6 days a week, not my being whatever situation I am in now, being owner, being a boss, whatever you want to call it. Not me working at a shop on the side, none of that. It was not about that. It was that when I see him and I let him and he's enjoying his life.
So that brings you happiness.
Oh, that's the greatest part of my life.
That's the greatest part.
That's the greatest part of my life.
Of your life.
Point blank, period.
Beautiful. So what is Freelife? What is
that? So Freelife came in. So it's very interesting. So it started off in situations where health and wealth.
Okay.
I was weighing almost when I got home, I was weighing almost like 250,
okay,
245, but I said 0.8, 10%, and I was just a workaholic. I would work my ass off in the gym just because I had the ability to. When I got home, man, that's when it changed, when I saw people giving for health and wealth. They would give you. I was walking down the street with a hurt ankle, which was kind of funny because I was actually playing football a little bit, just on fun shit, working out. And a dude pulled up on me when I was dressed in the middle of Reno, Nevada, while I was looking for a job. And he was like, yo, I work for Surf Pro. I like your style, bro. You're clean. Nobody dresses like this. He's like, where are you going, to a job here? I was like, yeah, I'm looking for a job. And he looked at me, he's like, yo, since you are, he said, I had to tell him to the face, like, oh, I'm a felon. I'm a felon, I'm just looking for a job. And he was like, I can't have you work for me, but I can find out things for you to figure out where I can put you at, because I see that you have a push and motivation.
And this was a random person?
A random person just pulled up on me.
Wow.
And that was the day when I waked up into myself and said, this works. This health and wealth works. You stay healthy, people see you healthy. You can never be, so one of my stories is, you don't see a buff crackhead.
Very true. Yeah, you don't see a buff crackhead.
You don't see a healthy homeless person. There's no such thing. No matter what life is about, there's no such thing as that.
As a buff crackhead.
There's no such thing.
Healthy homeless. So what do you say to anyone who is homeless and might see this video, or a crackhead who might see this video?
You have a chance to understand yourself first. If you don't know how to understand yourself, you'll never understand who you might become. So once you understand what you see around you, especially being like, this health and wealth, man, when I really press health and wealth is this. People don't understand how to push yourself past their level. And everything we've watched, from anime to grown people things to anything, it's always about pushing yourself past the level that you were supposed to be at.
100%. You must strive for
We
more.
must strive for less. That's why Kakarot, what's his name? The only reason why Kakarot was great. As we go Goku, I'm going to talk about it. It wasn't about Goku. It was about Vegeta. People don't even understand that. Vegeta had to press himself to meet genetics, to meet the greatest person that worked just as hard as him. But he was supposed to be a king. But he found out that somebody didn't have to be a king to be so great. And Vegeta had to work himself off every day to make himself stronger to catch this man.
Well, that's what it is, man. Life is like war. You have to work every single day to get what you want.
But you think he would ever made it if he never had somebody to push him? Which was the man that he thought he hated?
Very true. There's always a yin and yang.
And the same in life. Listen, I came out here, people told me I would never be able to, when I walked out the doors. You ain't gonna do nothing with your life. You don't be back in here. Okay. I love your feelings. I like you. Keep that energy though. Because when I get to sit here like this and get to see the world and get to do this and actually see where I've came from, I get to laugh about those times. I get to remember. I remember the times. I'm sure that man probably remember the times too.
Yeah.
I don't have to talk about that man, but I'm sure that we both know at this point. Yeah, those were jokes. What you were saying, those weren't jokes. What I was saying.
100%.
And that's what keeps me always motivated to say, no, man, nobody. I don't care. My own mama told me I wouldn't make it. It was good for me to tell my mama to her face, I graduated when you told me I wouldn't. I went to other schools when you told me I wouldn't. I became a great father when you told me I wouldn't. Be successful for yourself. Be successful in this way, say your worth. Know who you are and what your worth is. Don't let everybody else tell you, because everybody's going to tell you what they want you to feel. But nobody going to know what you want to feel. All it is what you want to feel. And if you're going to feel it, take that feeling. And that's all I tell people, man, listen, that's what free life really means.
Damn.
You're not going to give me no cuffs. You're not going to give me a limit. You're not going to give me what I'm supposed to do because you feel like I'm supposed to do it. Mm-hmm. No, I do what I want when I want. That's what free life is. I'm not going to be questioned because you think I don't have the money. I bet you when I walk in a place, it's going to be given to me without even asking, because I know what I'm going to focus for. That's what free life all depends on. It depends on you being yourself and living your life and stop changing yourself in character for others. You live your character for who you are and you live for what you need to do.
So what is your character?
So my character, like I tell people, man, listen, I'm more of, it's kind of funny you ask this question, character, so it's kind of funny. So my character pretty much is like I say, man, I'm the greatest person in the God, G-A-W-D, of my life.
Okay.
I'm a God of my life.
Okay.
I'm the one that chooses. I'm the GOAT. And when I say GOAT, not G-O-A-T, G-O-A-T-T. Giving of all talent touched. I am the one that is touched for anything I touch, anything I want to do, I can put my talent into and I'm going to make it happen.
Really?
And that's what I believe in. It's not about nobody else's feelings. Oh, man, you're not going to make it through the rain without getting raindrops on me. Oh, shoot, look at that. I got an umbrella put right in my hand.
I got an umbrella.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't get wet. You know what I'm saying? And these are the things that people got to understand. When we're living through life, when you work, people miss the little things. They always think about the big things. I think about the little things, and that's what makes free life for me. Okay. I think about when you were sitting in the grocery store and you couldn't pay that last 13 cents, and that grocery store owner was looking at you and saying, you need that 13 cents to pay for the last of your food. And that other person that was behind you paid it without even asking. Who are you? He didn't know you. Nobody, but they saw that you were doing what you're supposed to be doing. And they felt that that was their point in time where it was given for you to give it to you. That is what it's about. That is the things that we miss. That's the things we need to appreciate. People miss the appreciation of the small things. Everybody wants the big diamonds. Everybody wants the big house living. Everybody wants the big, oh, I'm going to be the boss. Listen, I'm a boss, and I struggle. I am a boss.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
And I struggle.
We all do.
But I don't let it be past what I know that's what's given to me, and what's given to me is that I know that's coming.
100%.
And that's all you need to know. That's why I always tell people, that's all you need to know about yourself, man. Know your worth. Once you know your worth, everything else will be given to you without even being asked. And that's what I really believe in.
So what do you have to say to anyone out here who I guess, doesn't know their worth? Someone who is probably going through crazy struggles that they feel like is worse than yours. What would you tell them?
If you can't hit a backflip by yourself, go jump in the pool and work a couple times. Hit a couple backflips and then go back at it again. You might hit it one time. Nah, but that's for real life, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep trying, man, and don't give up. Stay focused and never give up.
I love that.
And that's it. NGU. That's one of my other things. That was one of my things. One of my motivations. NGU. People know about this. It's a couple of good friends that know about this life. But NGU is something I talked about a long time ago. Never give up. There's no such thing.
Never give up. There is no such thing.
So it's actually on me.
Oh, wow.
It's my first tattoo at 15. Dying is
15.
easy. Survivors always last. Diesel.
Damn.
Dying is easy. Survivors always last. You can always quit. That's easy as shit.
It really is.
But if you push, that's when you earn what you're supposed to earn. And that's why I believe in life, man. Every day I get to wake up and say this. They thought I was gonna quit. But I don't. I wake up and keep moving. They keep seeing my face. They keep seeing my face. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome, bro.
That's also why I believe in Maniacs, man. I remember, man, listen, Maniacs is one thing for sure, man. Y'all never gave up. Even though y'all put bullshits. Y'all kept going.
Every single one of the Maniacs out there, especially the ones who are watching right now, I'm sure they've been through hell. Every single one of them. But the fact that they can still be alive today and that they didn't give up enough to watch a video that's actually going to push them to somewhere else, it's
another percentage, baby.
It's amazing.
It's another percentage, man. Listen, there's 1%ers, there's 5%ers, there's 20%ers, there's 100%ers. I don't know what it is. But listen, as long as you're pushing your percent, that's what it matters. That's all that matters. Listen, your battery doesn't go dead on 55%. Your phone battery don't go dead on 5%. It still works just like it was on 55%. It's only when you get your recharge, and guess what? You come back at 100%. You always get a recharge.
There you go.
Man. You know what I'm
Once you get charged up, you're back at 100.
You're back at 100. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it don't change from the 5% to the 55%. Just know when you get back charged, you're going back to 100. Let yourself stay charged for a reason.
Nice.
That's it. That's all.
So I want you to real quick put everything that you have right now. I know you're running a business and you got socials. Just shout it out for all the maniacs out there.
So listen, Free Worldwide Staffing, check it out, man. I pay $20 an hour when it gets to business, when it comes about security, staffing, or anything. I'm a networker, which is why I call it Free Worldwide Staffing. So I have any kind of network from anybody that needs, from jobs to help to animal help to any help that you might need with school to tutoring. I might call somebody and know somebody that might help you. The second part off about it is also Free Worldwide Staffing is also part of Freelife. So freelife.com, Freelife CEO 19. Because my first thought of having a business was 19. When I say 19, it was not just 2019, but 19 years old. I had a decision to make by that time, even though they didn't want to give me a decision. Don't let nobody control your life. It's free for you to give, and this is why we're supposed to be it. You live it for the right reasons, and it's your reason, not nobody else's. But other than that, Free Life CEO 19, hey, Maniac Smiles, man.
Maniacs for life.
Mess with him for life, Maniac for life. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much, Free
I
Life.
thank you 100%.
That means so much.
1,000% I thank you.
No, and Maniacs, you always got to remember that when life sucks, smile.
Smile. Hey.